Hey everybody, it's Mike Duseberg from Magic Means Business with another one of our Tricks of the Trade videos. We want to talk today about customizing the show for the audience. You know, everybody talks about that all the time. A lot of magicians have that on their website because they went to the guru who said that they're supposed to take product messages and take brand information and jam it into the show. And the truth is that most of the time, all those do is break rapport with the audience and confuse people because they thought they were being entertained, and now people are trying to sell them something, and they don't like that. But what they do like is entertainment that feels like it's been created just for them and just for their particular situation. And I've got a great example here that I'd like to show you of what we call meaning and relevance. So whenever I'm performing a piece of magic and I'm putting it into my act or I'm getting ready to perform it for an audience, I think about the audience and what can I do to make it meaningful? Now, I don't want to fall into the trap that meaning means theatrical theme, right? This isn't the stuff like when your English teacher asks you what the theme from Ethan Frome is. That's not what we want to do here. In this case, we just want to say when somebody sees this Coke bottle, do they know what it is, right? And you're watching the video right now, you know this is a Coke bottle. It's about 8 inches long. It holds a bunch of liquid inside that tastes yummy and gives you diabetes. You know that it's made out of glass. You know that it doesn't collect electricity. You know that if I drop it, it would break. It's a Coke bottle. You know what it is. It's glass. And you know that this is a piece of lumber, right? It's about 8 or 10 inches long. It's yellow wood, so that means it's probably Georgia pine. You know that how much it weighs. You know it's smooth on the sides and rough on top. You know it's wood, right? So these have meaning to you, right? You know what they are. Unfortunately, they have no relevance because who cares about a bottle? Who cares about a stick of wood? So now my job as the entertainment at the event is to make these objects relevant. And I'm going to do that first by saying it's almost October, so let's imagine that we're at a corporate event. It's kind of got a ghosty theme to it. Maybe we're doing a corporate event in Savannah, or we're doing a corporate event in New Orleans, or maybe we're even in New York, down by the water. Because it's kind of a spooky kind of place and we're talking about Halloween. And I say that this is a block of wood. Well, I say first that this Coke bottle is from a previous trick in the show because you know what it is. And I say this block of wood I got from a construction site, a house that was being remodeled in Amityville, New York. Right? And of course, everybody in the audience immediately begins to think of the Amityville Horror, the famous movie from the 70s, the famous book. The movie was remade, and of course, you still see stories about the Amityville Horror, this haunted house in New York, and you hear about it in the History Channel and the Discovery Channel and the Travel Channel, because you know, some people out there believe that maybe that's a real thing. It isn't just a haunted house. It's like a real ghosts in the house thing. And so when I say that, and then I put this block of wood on the table, but you want to talk about how relevance has changed, right? There are some people that will not touch that block of wood, right? I just told a story about it, but oh no, not coming anywhere near it, right? They're gonna lean back. They're gonna be a little nervous, right? I'm going to clear this off so that you can get a clear look at everything. This is a relatively stable table. And I say, well, you know, we've got the wood from the Amityville Horror House, and we're just going to balance it on top of the block. And, you know, sometimes this wood does some strange things. Let's see what we can get it to do. If we balance it there and we just talk to that ghost from Amityville, Jody, are you with us? Ooh. That time it came pretty quick. I can tell you that if I were to have done this at a corporate event where it was a little dark and it was in a haunted place like I said, New Orleans or Savannah, Georgia, or a town that has a lot of ghost activity in it, supposedly, people will hit the ceiling when that wood falls off the bottle. They'll go nuts because now we've imbued it with lots of meaning. It's an emotional experience from them. They're going to talk about it the next day. They're going to talk about it 2 or 3 days later. When I have done this with a ghost theme, it's one of the highlights of the act because it's customized, right, for the audience. It gives them meaning and the environment and that particular experience. That's something they're going to talk about. I know that a lot of you are saying, Mike, that we don't do ghost corporate trips. Right. In fact, I very rarely do. But I do a lot of golf stuff. Right. I entertain at the Masters. I entertain at private golf clubs. I entertain at golf resorts like, the TPC San Antonio, TPC up in Sawgrass, all kinds of big golf resorts where people like to play golf and executives are being retired, so maybe we can make this into a golf trick. Yeah, same thing as before. Coke bottle, right? Yeah, we'd used that before. And then I wonder if you've ever had the experience of you putt and the ball rolls toward the hole and it's on perfect line and it gets right to the edge of the cup and it freezes right there. Have you had that experience? Right, now the rules are that you get the time that it takes for you to walk up to the hole plus 10 seconds for the ball to fall in. If it goes in, then you hole out. And if it doesn't, then you got to put it down and it costs you another stroke. And so when you see people walking up, they're focusing on the ball and they're staring at the ball and they're trying to get all their psychic energy there that somehow they would be able to will that ball to turn an extra quarter, an extra quarter turn or an extra half turn and go down, because then it would be like Tiger Woods at 16 at Augusta, right, where that ball just falls in. Right. And people ask me, they say, Mike, could you teach us the psychic powers that we can make the ball move? As it happens, I can. I sell these training aids. It's a bottle, it's a block of wood, that's all it is. It's $39.95, of course, because all good training aids on the Golf Channel are $39.95. And yeah, I mean, it's real simple to use. Bob, would you like to give it a shot? Just, you can come over here, and Bob will stand here. And Bob, we have some wood for you to look at. We have a bottle for you to look at. And all you're going to do, Bob, is to train your psychic abilities. What you're going to do is just focus your attention right here on the top of that wood and imagine pushing it over. Now, it has to go through its center of balance to turn, but if you concentrate on that wood and you focus with your mind, you could make it go. Same thing. Bob will flip. The other people will flip, right? Because now it has all that meaning, right? They've been in that experience. They know what these two pieces are. They know that it's impossible for Bob to make that move with his mind, and yet it does. And so next day we're on the golf course, what are they talking to Bob about? Yep, you're going to leave one short, but you're okay, Bob, you can do it. Or if I leave one short, we're okay, Bob, you're going to be the guy who focuses on the hole. No problem whatsoever. That's what we call customizing to the audience, making a stronger impression. And then there's lots of ways that you can take that impression and translate it into business goals and objectives later. And we'll talk about those in future Tricks of the Trades videos. If you've got an event coming up and you'd like to have something like this customized for your particular audience to make an impression, visit magicmeansbusiness.com or give me a call at 561-596-3877 and we'll see what we can come up with together.